So here's the best part about feeling not great. The best part about feeling not great, you feel down, you feel depressed, you feel anxious, you feel lonely, you feel sad, you feel like the world is falling apart around you, is that eventually it has to get better. Eventually it will end. And I say that as someone who has been through a number of cycles of this for basically their entire life. Shitty things happen. And then I feel really bad about them. You know, whether that's been a breakup, losing a ton of money, which has happened to me a number of times. You know, you're in a fight with a partner, family, drama, you know, get in trouble at work, or just anything that basically makes you feel like totally hopeless and that, you know, you don't know what you're going to do. And there have, again, been many times in my life where I literally feel totally hopeless and I have no idea what I'm going to do. The best part about it, though, is that it eventually is over. Eventually, it works itself out. And even if it doesn't, I mean, it always does, is basically my point of this video, is that no matter what is going on in your life or how terrible things are in the moment, grief, you know, I lost my best friend when I was 22 years old. I thought I'd never get over that. I had a bunch of breakups as well that I thought I'd never recover from, that I'd never get married when I was single, and that felt pretty shitty for a number of months to years. You know, all that stuff, you know, even in grief, I had moments of joy afterwards. I had moments of happiness. I had moments where I thought, I was like, wow, I never thought I'd be this happy again. I never thought I'd get back here. I never thought all this wonderful stuff would happen. So with someone who's just gone through a period of darkness, which I have, and if you are feeling that way right now, or you just feel totally lost and you're not quite sure what to do, just know this, that the good part about that, the good part is that when you are at the bottom, eventually, as they say, this too shall pass. Eventually, you will not be there. Eventually, no matter what happens, no matter how bad it gets, it might keep getting worse and worse and worse. That's happened to me many times as well. You know, it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And you're just like, man, how could it get any worse? And then it does. And then you survive it and you live through it. And you keep going, and you push yourself, and you talk to yourself with kindness, of course, and you allow it to be how it is. I think one of the things that we tend to do as human beings is we think that things should be different. We think that we shouldn't have pain. We think that we shouldn't have struggle. We judge ourselves for the pain and the struggle that we're in. We think that this isn't exactly where we're supposed to be. So one of the things that I've done in my own journey with anxiety, my own journey with like trying to feel better, my own journey with dealing with dark nights of the soul and pain, is that you take some time to just say, this is where God wants me to be. This is where I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be in pain, and not because I'm a bad person, and not because I deserve it, and not because the universe is out to get me, but just because life can't always be good. And we tend to learn our best lessons. The crazy irony about all of this is, like, sometimes I literally think to myself, I wish I could go back. I wish I could go back to other parts of life where I felt awful, just so I don't have to feel awful right now. Because at least I know where that goes, and at least I know that that ends, and at least I know the outcome of that. And so I think to myself, I'd rather go back. And the reason I say that that's irony is because in the moment when things are really shitty, we're like, oh, we don't want to create change, or we don't want to go back, or we don't want to, we're like, sorry, I just got a text, so I got distracted. But the irony of it is that the fact that we'd even want to go back to pain, because the thing about the pain is that when it's over, you're like, oh man, I learned so much. That's how it was supposed to be usually. That taught me so much. It evolved me so much. It forced me to do things that I wouldn't normally do. Like the pain that I was just experiencing has forced me to make this video. I even went to a church in Austin the other day. It's like, I've been wanting to go into a church space for a very long time, but I haven't done it. And I did it because of what I was going through. So again, the best part and the silver lining of pain is that not only do we grow and not only do we learn things and not only does it force us to get better, but we also know that eventually it ends. And after pain, there's joy. Always. No matter how helpless we might feel, there's always a brighter side to the experience. All right, see you in another one.